What a bloodbath today on the crypto markets. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about what has been going on and why there's been such insane levels of selling. This is an incredibly important video because right now, Bitcoin is at a turning point where either we're going to wind up stabilizing or we're going to wind up making an extreme lower low. So let's get right into it. So the reason why Bitcoin has been down today is both because of traditional finance markets being down and because of crypto specific issues. So you have articles like this on Market Watch that are coming out and saying Silvergate Bank, the bank that we talked about a couple of videos ago, collapsing, and that causing the biggest threat to the U.S. crypto industry. Okay, you have headlines like this that are kind of FUD type of headlines that say, well, because this bank failed, now all of a sudden Bitcoin's going to fail or Ethereum is going to fail, right? And then on top of that, you also have a collapse of another traditional finance type of bank, the SVB bank. Also has some liquidity problems. So this is kind of a cascading and giving you a cascading effect on what's going on with the Bitcoin markets right now and crypto as a whole. So this is kind of a perfect storm. Now, we talked about previously the impact that a failure of Silvergate would have on the Bitcoin price, and I said that it's entirely possible that we wind up seeing a black swan type of event take out Bitcoin, and that is entirely what we have seen today. So Bitcoin has completely crushed through all the support levels that I've outlined. Now, previously, I've said that this level right here at about, let's call it 21,500, that was going to be strong support. It went through that. The 200-day moving average, it went right through that. And now what you're seeing is an absolute complete breakdown of the Bitcoin price. Now, if we actually go ahead and take a look at where it landed, however, what we have here is it landing and finding support at about 19,800, 19,700. Now, you may ask yourself, why would Bitcoin stop right there? There's not a lot of support here. There's just kind of this candle over here. There's a little bit more historical support back in October and September, but why would it stop right here? And I actually have an important answer for you guys, okay? So the reason why it's stopping right here and finding support right here is because of the realized price, okay? The realized price is the average cost basis for all Bitcoin. So the realized price right now, where it's sitting at is, you guessed it, 19,758. Right about where Bitcoin actually found its support level. Now, this level is incredibly important because if this level flips, if it goes under this level, that would mean a majority of the market is going to be underwater. So this is incredibly important because looking at it from the other direction, one of the ways that we can discern if we're out of a bear market or not is by a strong rally out of the realized price zone here, like we saw back in 2019, a very strong rally, and that would give us a clear indicator that we're out of the bear market. However, what we're seeing right now is almost like a break through this level, very close to breaking under it. Now, I've said before on this channel that the keys to a Bitcoin bull market lie here above this 25K level. And in fact, Bitcoin has tried multiple times to penetrate this level, and it has not done that. So what it looks like for now is that until it can overcome this level, we are going to be in a bear market. So it seems like right now we're kind of returning back to the bear market sort of status quo, and this is turning out to be one heck of a bear rally in the middle of a bear market. Now, if you guys recall, I said that I'm not buying any of this. I did not buy any of this on the way up. I did not buy any of this over here, or the dump, or the previous retest here at 25K. I was waiting to see whether or not we would breach this 25K level, right? We didn't, and as a result, we went down dramatically. Now, I actually did step in today and bought a little bit of Bitcoin here, and I'll go into that a little bit more in depth at the end of the video and my expectations, but I want to go ahead and put this into context. All right, if we go ahead and we take a look at the daily RSI, what we can see here is that daily RSI levels are at 28. So we are grossly oversold right now on the daily. In fact, I would say this level is almost akin to what we saw the major liquidation event happen at the FTX fall back in November. All right, so that at that level, we went actually down at about 24. Now we're at about 28. Very close, not exactly as bad, but still incredibly bad. So right now, we're seeing is a massive amount of liquidations going on. And you may ask yourself, okay, so who's been selling, right? So part of the answer to this question I've already answered, and that is the Bitcoin miners have been selling. Miners have been selling. They've been selling heavily. We have the Bitcoin miner reserve listed right here. That gives us an idea of how many Bitcoins are in each miner's wallet. And we can see here that ever since about February 22nd, they have been selling consistently all the way back down here. And in fact, Crypto Quant doesn't exactly give you a full picture for what happened today, but I'll look at this data a little bit further, and I will bet that we'll wind up seeing we'll see another leg lower from this point, indicating that miners have been selling dramatically. And then if we go ahead and take a look at the short-term holder SOPR, this gives us an idea of realized gains and realized losses. Now, if it's below this dotted line, that means you have realized losses. And if it's above, that means you have realized gains. And so what we can tell here is from the short-term holders, that's people that hold Bitcoin, have held Bitcoin for less than 155 days, is that you're seeing a massive number of sales here, and you're seeing a massive number of sales that are out of profit. So people are selling at a loss. They're literally going to the exchange and they're saying, give me whatever price I want to get out. And they're selling heavily. And if you take a look at the long-term holder SOPR, again, people who have held for greater than 155 days, it's much the same story. They're still out of profit right now for the most part, and right now it's sitting at 0.77. Now, if we go and take a look at the derivatives market, at the funding rate, what we can see here is that now shorts are dominant. Shorts have piled in right about here at this next leg down. They have piled in dramatically. And so what we're also seeing here is that during this huge move down, with the price move down, we're seeing longs were dominant during that stretch. And it's looking like they were heavily liquidated. They were caught in a bull trap and then liquidated, and causing massive selling, probably some margin calls going on in here. And we saw a massive sell-off today. In fact, if we take a look at the Bitcoin liquidations and the total liquidations for crypto, you have your total liquidations in at today for longs at 250 million, which is the largest level of liquidations we've seen since the 8th. And if we go specifically to Bitcoin liquidations, what we can see here is 94 million long liquidations, which is the largest in say the past 3 months. Now that is pretty enormous. So what you're seeing right now is a major deleveraging of the market. And I think that this is actually pretty healthy, because if the market is over margined or over leveraged, then you could wind up seeing even greater falls from the Bitcoin price. So a little about what I did today. So I actually wound up buying a little bit, very small position size. I'm definitely interested in sizing below 20K, but the risk reward here is very attractive and there are incredibly oversold conditions. My buy price was $20,575. So what I'm talking about here is that RSI that I mentioned before, that's showing major capitulation. And on top of that, what we're seeing is risk reward here at about 20,000 is actually pretty attractive, because the upside here is about 5,000 and the downside is about 4,000 or so, down to about 16K. So the upside is higher than the downside. That's the reason why I stepped in, and that's the reason why I'm considering adding to my position, especially as we get closer to 20K and potentially lower than 20K. I am looking at that and potentially adding that to my position. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about Ethereum as well. So Ethereum, very similar chart. Ethereum also broke right through that support level that we outlined at about 1,500. Instead, Ethereum seems to have found some support here at 1,400. And again, investors and traders tend to like nice round numbers. So what's going on right now is we're going to see if Ethereum can also find a strong support here. Now, the RSI for Ethereum, it's not as bad as Bitcoin. It's at 31. However, it is very close to being oversold. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin, again, just like everything else we've talked about, went right through the strong support level and, in fact, has come up to about 271. This is an area that I marked out previously that Binance Coin could wind up at, and it seems like for now it's found some support there. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these support bands here and the trend lines, and now you can see where we are and how Binance Coin fits into the picture. So the RSI daily for this is 30, so it's very close to being oversold, and it seems like it's been following Bitcoin and Ethereum. So as Bitcoin and Ethereum go down, Binance Coin will likely follow. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys buying today? Are you selling? Are you concerned about Silvergate and what it means for the crypto industry? Personally speaking, from a contrarian perspective, I like to buy on big liquidation events like this, big liquidation days, and I will continue to add to my position, especially if we go below 20K. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, let me know, like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment. And also be sure to follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date information. If I do any more buys, I will be posting them on Twitter. Have a great night.